And welcome to Tech Tuesday. This week's sponsor is Torre Nissan. Joining us, as always, is General Manager Bob Bailey. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
All right, so I have a dashboard story.
Oh, good.
All right, so driving a car that I wasn't used to, and the flashers were on, and so then we needed to shut off the car, but the flashers still are going. And so then it's a case of, all right, how do you turn these things off? We had to go to Alexa.
Just find the red triangle.
I know. Well, then trying to find that was like, oh, why do they make it so tough?
Well, you know, I don't have an answer for that one.
Okay, good.
Just to aggravate you.
I think our conversation is over.
We're done.
No.
Go.
So the dashboard lights are very important because they tell you an awful lot that you need to know.
They do. They're the you know they open up to say, hey, this is where you need to look at. You need to check this. And each dashboard light functions a little bit different. You know, you've got the one that says the check engine light. Well, if that comes on and stays on, that's scary, but it's not devastating. When that goes to an amber color and starts flashing, that's when it's kind of important.
Is it pull over to the right and get out?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
That, and then the tire pressure light.
That one you need to follow.
That one we watch out here a lot because you got a 10-degree change in weather is going to change the PSI in the tires by 1 pound.
Yeah. We got a video, I think. You're gonna share more with us?
Yep. Everything.
All right. Let's take a look.
Today we want to spend some time about the most frightening thing in the world about a car. That's the lights on the dash. From the check engine light to the battery light to the low fuel light to the brake light, all the lights that make you crazy, and then figure out what they really all mean and how do you fix them. The one that looks like a little oil can, it's exactly what it is. It's telling that you need to check your oil. The battery lights telling you battery is time to take a look at it. And then the one up top there, that's telling you somebody's in the car without their seatbelt on. The most frightening light that comes on is that little engine light in the middle. That light right there, when it's on like it is right now, it's a little bit of a shade of green. That's telling you that I've got the car not started, but the ignition's on. When that light comes on and you're driving and it stays solid, that could be anything from your gas cap's not tightened up to that there's a problem with the ignition system. Where it really gets frightening is if that check engine light comes on and it's flashing an amber color, that's when it's time to get the car to the dealership to find out what's happening, because at that point there's something major going on with your car that's not quite right.
So, Bob, you were saying that some people look at the dash to tell them when to get their oil change. No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. It's kind of like when you go to the hospital and that flat line goes out there. It's probably too late to worry about your heart.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you get it changed, they have that little sticker that they put up in the upper left-hand corner.
Well, you got the little sticker, and so many of the cars today, you can program when your next oil change is, so it'll come up and remind you that it's time for a service. But, yeah, out here in the desert, man, every 5,000-6,000 miles, I'm militant about getting to change people's oils.
That's a good point. So we live in a different world here compared to the rest of the country, and so because of the heat, it makes a difference as to the rules.
You know, it appears that way. I moved out from L.A., 29 years in L.A., and I've seen more problems with people that didn't change the oil here than I've seen in my entire life. You know, people 20,000 miles, there's an extreme case, drove 20,000 miles, didn't change the oil. We pulled the oil plant out, and there was no oil coming out of it because it was all sludge.
Good advice.
And his lights were all on.
I bet. Thanks, Bob.